So this is the sheath, really nice sheath. The only hit that I would really give it would be the weight. It's a very heavy sheath. By the way, the knife by itself is 22.5 ounces, and the sheath with the knife is 33 ounces. So it's a 9.5 ounce sheath, which is pretty stout. And you know, for comparison's sake, the SA6 alone without the sheath is 11.5 ounces. So the sheath weighs getting close to as much as an SA6. So that's a lot. Now this sheath is made out of Kydex, and that's a lot of Kydex, a big slab of Kydex. And you can buy this knife without the sheath, and it's going to be cheaper that way. So it's a folded over design, one sheet of Kydex folded over and molded, has a drain hole right there, which is really nice. Has, you know, eyelets or rivets up it. And then it has this nylon backing put on it. You could take this nylon piece off, and you'd probably save some weight. You know, if you're just going to put this knife in a backpack or something like that, you're not really planning on wearing it on your hip. I'd definitely take this nylon piece off and just carry it in the Kydex, and you're probably going to save some weight. This nylon is held on by 2 screws here and 2 screws here. This little piece right here is your tension adjuster. You slide it up to make it the tension higher. Slide it down to lower the tension on the sheath. And that is a little screw, so you could tighten it down in one position if you wanted to. And that's how it's retained in there, is they just kind of put a little fold in there. So really nice, very well done. Now this is your cross strap, which really is not really needed at all, especially with that tension adjuster there. As you hear it pops in there really solid, and then you could even adjust the tension there once it's in. I mean, without anything on there, you could probably ride this upside down, and I wouldn't really fear it coming out too much. But you know, if you do want to ride it upside down, I'd probably put this cross strap on there like that. And if you want to further put it in there, there's this, you can loosen this cord lock. There's some Velcro here, and then this comes up over it, and then tighten this cord lock back down, and it really locks in there. You can really batten down the hatches on this knife a lot. So that's really nice. It is not quick release right there, so you can put your belt through there, but it's not going to be quick release. And it is MOLLE capable. Now it's all really high quality nylon except for this one piece right here. As you can see, it's kind of an open weave design. This nylon I'm talking about, it's not low quality, what I term. It's just not quite to the level of the rest of the nylon here. But I definitely think it you know, serve the function completely fine. But this may start fuzzing up over time, and you may have to just kind of burn it off with a lighter. But I don't think it's going to be a huge problem. It is a snap there, so no Velcro to get, you know, clogged up at all, which is nice. And this sheath, definitely, this Kydex part, you could definitely put MOLLE locks on it if you wanted to. I don't think that would be an issue at all. It's probably spaced right and everything else to do MOLLE locks. I know that for the SA6, they're at least talking about, I think they probably sell by now, a clip, that clip plate that goes on here. I would guess that might work with this. I don't know. I'd probably do some more research into that before you bought it. And, oh, we're in part 2 now, I guess. Okay, part 2 of the ESEE Junglas. A lot to talk about. There is this plastic ring on the top here, and so you can use that to attach it to different things, thread this into different things. And so getting into the kind of the price of this knife with the sheath, I'm talking, goes for around $175, which is not a cheap knife by any means. Now I guess if you're into customs and other things, it may be cheap to you, but to me, $175 for a survival knife that I'm going to go out and use is kind of expensive to me. And you know, a lot of people may just not be willing to spend that much money on a survival knife, and that's totally understandable to me. And sitting here, I just realized one more thing about this sheath. This cross strap is adjustable with Velcro right here, so you can adjust this if you want to. From ESEE, it works completely fine. Okay, so a lot of people may just not be willing to spend that much money on this, and that's completely understandable to me. So I'm going to talk about maybe a few different alternative options to this knife, if this is just not, you know, what you're looking for. But I'm talking probably 9 to 10 inch large survival knife, and you've determined for yourself that you can take that weight, and you want that capability. So maybe some of the Ontario RTAC 2 knives. I know there's a lot of those still out there, and you can get those for probably around $100 to $110. So that's going to be more affordable than $175. Those don't come with this, you know, awesome Kydex sheath. However, they come with just a plain nylon sheath, like a lot of the Ontario knives come with. Not the best sheath, but it'll do the job. They're probably going to be a little bit lighter weight than the sheath. Still a very good knife, still designed by the same person as this knife was. Maybe look at the Becker BK9. That's still this open tang construction. As I talked about in my tang video, how this is probably going to be a slightly more reliable construction than maybe something along the lines of, and I'm just pulling this knife out because it's handy. This, where you can't see the tang anywhere, they have to thin this tang down to about that to get it in this handle, which means you're going to have less strength because they have to cut a right angle into this, which could cause stress fractures. Now, I'm not picking on this Cold Steel Recon Scout. This is an excellent knife, and as far as my knowledge goes, you know, completely adequately strong. But the K-bar USMC knife broke twice on me, as you probably, if you've seen my video. So this is probably a little bit more reliable. You know, never let you down design with seeing that tang. And K-bar BK9 is probably around $70, so that's considerably less. Still 1095 steel. You know, just basic nylon sheath, but still very good. Let's see, there's some other things out there. The K-bar large heavy Bowie. This knife's going to be around $45. 9-inch blade, and I guess this will serve as a size comparison here. It is smaller, but this is still a really awesome knife. Crichton G handle. I love that hook on the back there. You can go watch the review if you're interested. But great knife here, and a lot less money. You know, some people don't just want to go out and thump and really use this expensive a knife. Here's a size comparison of the Recon Scout. This is 7.5-inch blade. This is around 10, so this is a bit smaller, but this is a good option, around $110. I don't know what else. There's a SA6 size comparison. I guess I'll show you an Azula size comparison. That'll be funny. Here's the Azula. I guess easily you could fit that on the blade there. There's an Azula. So you know, there's definitely some competitive options out there. Maybe the Ontario SP10, or some of the Spec Plus Generation 2 design knives. Those are some good knives. So there's a lot of competition out there. Maybe some of the Swamp Rat knives. I'm not super familiar with them, but I know there's some other knives out there. But if this is just what you really like, you can't really go wrong with it. It's definitely going to be an awesome knife for you. And the other thing is that they have an awesome warranty. ESEE does. You can go read it on their website, but essentially it's kind of to the extent where they're going to stand behind their product no matter what. So you could take this knife and you could, I don't know, don't hold me to this. Go read the warranty for yourself. But the way I've interpreted it, it's almost like you could just take this knife and take a cutting torch and just cut your blade in half, send it back to them, and they'll replace it for you. So really awesome warranty on this knife. and you know, they'll definitely sort out any problems for you. You know, I emailed them with a question about my SI6 once, and the owner replied back to me. So they'll definitely take care of you. So there it is, guys. Awesome knife, pricey knife. But if you can get over the price, it's gonna have, you know, really awesome knife and the cool factor in spades. So see you guys. Sorry it took two parts, but lots to talk about.